Thanks for tuning in for the Week 5 edition of the Kangaroo Coaches Corner. Here brought to you by Mike's Westside Rental. Brent Baker here from the End Zone. We'll have the broadcast coming up this Friday night on 102.5 FM and 88.5 FM. The End Zone as the Kangaroos take on San Angelo Central. When we come back after this from a message from Mike's Westside Rental, we hear from the head coach, Billy Mathis.
We all know Mike's Westside Rental is the place to go for everything from digging to dancing. But don't let the name fool you. Mike's Westside Rental in Weatherford is pleased to announce that we are now an authorized full sales and service dealer for Echo power equipment and Skag zero-turn mowers. That's right, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws are all for sale at Mike's Westside Rental. Now you can own the best yard equipment on the market with the industry's best 5-year consumer warranty. And while you're at it, mow your lawn with the best zero-turn mowers available, Skag mowers. Skag is the #1 choice of professional landscapers, but they also build a great line of homeowner zero-turns as well, for lot sizes from 1 to 100 acres. Be sure to check us out online at mikesrental.com and like us on Facebook for deals and giveaways. Or just come in and see us at 449 Southwest Rick Williamson Highway. That's Mike's Westside Rental.
Back for the Kangaroo Coaches Corner from Mike's Westside Rental. Always more enjoyable after a victory. And Coach Billy Mathis is here with us. Coach, thanks again. And very nice to see the Kangaroos winning last Thursday night over Southwest, 28-11. I was impressed with your defense against a very mobile quarterback, for the most part, keeping him in front of him and getting the job done on Thursday night.
They did a great job. We that was one of the big deals that we worked on. We knew that their playmakers, their quarterback was their main man. We didn't want to have the same type of craziness that went on against North Crowley.
Yeah.
And I think the boys they understood. When you let a quarterback like that, when you lose contain on him or you don't take the right angle of where you're supposed to, how much of a big play a quarterback like that can make. He had that one big run. But the defense stepped up there. They got down the goal line. We ended up stopping them right there. So I was very impressed with the defense, very excited about the defense, our speed of what we ran to the ball, us staying home, doing our job, those type of things that we work on every day. It was nice to see it happen, play in and play out.
You seem to like the second quarter this year. You scored all your points in the second quarter of this, or almost all of them, in the second quarter of this game. Previous games this year, first quarter, second quarter, and then after halftime, maybe something a little bit different changes, although this time your defense held up. What is it about the first half versus the second half with this team?
I wish I knew completely, honestly. I know this. The boys come out focused and ready to go. I've got to do a better job of getting them ready after halftime. I think, we have kind of stumbled a little bit in the second half this season, and we talk about it all the time. We talk about it at practice this morning, matter of fact, of finishing practice, practicing, you're going to play like you practice. And that's something we talk about every week. That's why we got to stay on top of them so hard during practice, that we finish a practice. So when the game time comes, when, it's the end of a game, we can go finish. And we're yet to play a complete game, honestly. Hopefully that's going to happen this week against San Angelo. So, but the defense they stepped up and played well. We did a lot of good things on offense. Also, Southwest defense was fast. They played well. We, once again, turnover, fumbling the ball, those type of things shot us in the foot again. So we've got to quit making those type of mistakes so we can go and play a full, complete game and, finish strong.
But it was a nice victory. Great performance by the defense. Nice to go into district play with a victory. And that's what you're doing this week. District play starting Friday night. District 3-6A play. And San Angelo Central comes to Kangaroo Stadium. You talked about a mobile quarterback with Southwest, North Crowley. You're going to get it again this week. Malachi Brown, he ran for over 200 yards last week against that El Paso team. And so it's just more of the same with the quarterback you've got to keep contained.
It is. Maverick McIver, their starting quarterback, he ended up tearing his ACL, I believe, in week 2. And the young kid, Malachi Brown, came in. He's a sophomore. He was playing receiver, jumped back there, played quarterback, and is doing doing an excellent job. He throws the ball well, but he runs very well. They run that quarterback draw as good as anybody, and they'll just, he scrambles around and keeps his eyes up, and he's very shifty. He's another one that you can't look at his head. If you look at his head, he'll shake you. We talk about keeping our eyes there on that belt buckle and running through the aiming point. So he's going to be tough to handle, but I know we're going to be up for the task.
Billy Mathis, head coach of the Weatherford Kangaroos. You know a little something about football dynasties from where you came from. San Angelo, before this season, they were 23-2 over the past 2 years. Very dominant over West Texas. Now they've got a different scene as they come into this district. A program like that, when they have that much consistency, I know they have new players, they've got a sophomore quarterback, et cetera, but that success from the last 2 years just bleeds over. What is the difference in a program like that and other programs?
Well, I think the biggest deal is, when you go into the playoffs, you get extra practices. All those young guys, there's so many extra practices. You go 3 rounds, you're going to get an extra, anywhere from 9 to 12 extra practices, and that's huge. People don't understand that, what a big deal that is.
That's kind of like a college team getting to go to a bowl and having a month extra practice.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you get all these young guys who are part of that and get to go be part of have all those extra practices and be a part of that experience. But to me, it's a mental deal. Those guys go in there, they just expect to win. Watching them on video, they line up. They don't do anything special, tricky, anything like that. They line up and they play hard-nosed football. They line up in a 4-man front defense. They run a 4-2-5 type of defense. And, on offense, they line up in a 3-by-1 or a 2-by-2 spread offense. And they don't hurt themselves. They just go out there and play good, hard-nosed football.
When you talk about 3-by-1, 2-by-2, you're talking about wideouts?
Yes, sir, by the wideouts. Yeah. They don't get into tight end sets.
Right.
Usually quarterback and the running back are back there by themselves, and the receivers are deployed, and they'll go 3-by-2, quote unquote spread offense, but they run the ball just as well as anybody else.
You glad to get him in Weatherford this year instead of having to drive out there?
Absolutely. I'm excited to get him in Weatherford.
It's a long way. What, 2.5 hours, something like that?
It's longer than that. It's a little bit more over 3 hours on the bus.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
well, I forgot you can't quite go 80 miles an hour on a yellow dog.
No, you cannot. That is frowned upon.
Yeah, it's really good to have him here. Next year we'll deal with that, having to go there.
That's right. So we're going to go out there with our JV Thursday night.
Okay.
We'll play it. I'm just excited they are coming here. I'm excited we got some momentum going in the district. That to me was the biggest deal about non-district. Going into district with some momentum, everybody, hitting on all cylinders like I've talked about in the past. We're still not completely there yet, but I know after this week of practice we're going to be focused up and ready.
You almost don't want to be completely there yet. You don't want to peak too early. I mean, you want to be going in with somewhere to go, and this. It feels so different this year going into district than it did last year because of what's happened on the field.
It does, and you can see it out there on the field. I can see it in the boys, in their demeanor. I can see it in their eyes. I can see the way they walk around. They believe that they can win any game.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you put out there against them. They believe that they can win any game, and that's a huge deal. It's huge, and I love it. I feed off of it. I'm just so excited for the opportunity that we have to go out and play a perennial powerhouse like San Angelo Central, who year in and year out win, go deep in the playoffs. To see us go out there, and I know we're going to be ready.
Billy Mathis, head coach of the Weatherford Kangaroos. Talk about your training table. What does injury front look like?
We're looking better. We're going to get guys back this week. Kaden Anzadula is going to be back. Jake Spooner's going to be back. He's a lot healthier. He's been one that's kind of been beat up a little bit. He's a huge part of our offense that, he's trying to get out there and get in there, and we wanted him to get out there and get on the field as much as possible. We were trying to be smart with him, keep him, make sure he's 100% healthy. He's going to be back this week, so we're going to be going. We lost Jordan Wheeler, broke a collarbone. Y'all saw it happen. Got tackled on the sideline, which is the big loss. And it just breaks your heart because he's been working so hard. But other than that, we're healthy and we're going to be ready.
I know you are, and I know you'll personally be ready, Coach. Enjoyed it as always. Thanks for coming in every week, and we look forward to talking about a big opening district game victory next week. Coach
I'm
Billy
ready
Mathis.
to get it on so I can get some sleep this weekend, maybe. There ain't going to be much sleep this week, I promise.
Billy Mathis, thanks so much. Good luck this week.
Yes, sir.
It's the Kangaroo Coach's Corner, brought to you by Mike's Westside Rental. The game on 102.5 and 88.5 FM.